kick it, yeah. Don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it, yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask, can I?
Hey, could count on my power, hey, look at my dogs from. It was way back then, could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. Ay, how did the lady go miss? Ay, how she was magic, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught her the rhythm, she caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did, can I kick it? Hold on, yeah, I got some rings and a range, can I kick it? Yeah, don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it? Yeah, spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked, can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Wait. Need a light here just to catch my buzz. Need Sprite here just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's both to a guy with a pain?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Here's the former Sooner Austin Seibert to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On second down now, it's Elliott. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
And that's the And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Heavy set out there on 3rd-and-1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. First line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now to the air, Dalton. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
It's now 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Just like that.
To throw again, Dalton. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Dalton sets up play action. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
10 at the 37-yard
Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Dalton hands off to Elliott. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
He was brought down.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Sack.
B.J. Goodson. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
A 50-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
They try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Second and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
And 10 yards to go.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Their own 16-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer?
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Mack Wilson came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it on play action. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
To return is Taylor. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And a little floater there is incomplete. Austin Hooper, Pro Bowler a year ago, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Complete.
Fourteen yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Gain of 14. First down, Cleveland.
Mayfield on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Griffin. A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
We're scoreless after 1.
Quarter with no score.
The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. They face a 3rd down, 3rd and 3. Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This is Tony Pollard. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. On the counter, Elliott. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And just like that, it's third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And that one off the mark, a little late with the throw. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Neville Gallimore on the stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And he whips that one incomplete there. Blake Jarwin, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
The Cowboys on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Cooper's got it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receiver.
And this is going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
It's a gain of 10.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Mayfield. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Mayfield.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. So he missed his lone field goal try. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
I don't want to see what's said, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, we're from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets,
The Browns drive about to get started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Dalton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
So after after the second down incompletion. They'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Dalton here from the gun. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
At their own.
That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
17 yards. 1st down, Cleveland.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Janovich, the fullback, and he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll give it to Chubb. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Mayfield looks to throw. Forced out to it, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield in the final seconds of the first half. And once again, the Browns are back in front. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little.
And Mayfield again with the interception. His 3rd. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their own 35-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Third down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Formation for the Browns.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a one-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15.
1st and 10.
A big play there on the catch and run, and even 70 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Dalton operating in the red zone now. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Here's Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. Now Mike McCarthy saying, let's go for 2.
Conversion.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
The Browns drive about to get started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. That one good for 10 yards, and it'll be second and very short.
10 yards.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 34. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack, because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. 5 yards on the carry, good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
The Browns ball carrier.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First down, Cleveland.
First down, they'll run with Chubb. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. Third quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. Second and 10. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, second and 15. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Defensive end, DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a third and long now after the sack. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here's Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
The keeper. Incomplete on the throwaway.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. He's been terrific so far.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
That's another Cowboys 1st down. 1st and
some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And 5.
44. Here you go.
3rd down from the gun, Dalton. And that is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Third down and 3 yards to go.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. To throw, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
David Njoku.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
First down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Neville Gallimore in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got Hooper on the short connection. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun. Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And he's got his man on the out route. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. From the gun, Dalton. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll run with Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now Mayfield. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5.
Cowboys 13.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now...
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory.
1st and 10 at the 20.
In a 2-minute drill, we often talk about taking care of the football, but sometimes it's just a matter of who wants it more. How about him going up top on a 50-50 ball and taking it away for a big play?
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Cooper was the target there, and now it's 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
The score, Cowboys 19, Browns 18.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And some room to roam now. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Dalton hands off to Elliott. Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 8.
26. Browns 18.
Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
The cat and mouse game, we'll see if they bring that pressure.
Today's final score.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off.